Morning everyone, and today's tutorial is going to be about stopping an effect and getting the position saved as a palette. Yes, this been asked many times, and some of the people already made a tutorial, but I think it's just I will add one into my collection of tutorials just to show how I would do it and how easy it is to create. That's been, yes, inspired by Kристиан Джексон about a year and a half ago when he showed this effect he's done on other console, and I just wanted to show how to do it on Magic Q, the easiest and the fastest way, and with obviously my explanation of each step that I do. So the idea is we're going to run an effect, we're going to stop it when we like the position, and we're going to take this position and record it as a position palette for the use later on again. How are we going to do it? Okay, first of all, let's create, say, a circle effect. We'll make some symmetrical look. So I'm using that's as my standard Chauvet demo file. So I'm going to select my Maverick MK2 spot. I can press locate because at the moment all I want to see an effect, stop it, and then record it. So I'm going to select my group Maverick MK2 spot. I'm going to press locate to switch them on. Press add effect, position, circle. I will change the size of it, make it a little bit bigger, and maybe even make it even bigger than that. Okay, then I'm going to change the direction to do the centering to have a nice symmetrical look. See how easy it is to create one. Okay, so when I'm happy about it, I will press record and I'll save it over here. Press clear. So now if I raise my fader, you can see my effect is running as we've created it. So now I need to create a group speed master to be able to stop that effect. To do this, you only do is you select a group, you press record, and then you click here. Any playback, press clear. So now what we have created, so when you have this running, by default, if you look here, you will be able to see it says IM, which means intensity master, and then it says GM is a group master. That means this master will be only controlling intensity of the group Maverick MK2 spot. So in order to activate, I would normally raise my fader up, I'll press go, and I will slow it, I can put it down, and you will see that I'm controlling global intensity for that group. What that means is now I've created a group master. That means even if I kill that playback, I'll select my lights and I'll press locate. You'll see that this is like my grandmaster for the whole group. So it's a really useful tool if you're doing some show and, for example, your LED washes are brighter than your spots, so you can actually make a sort of separate grandmaster just for your LED washes, for example. But in our case, let me just press clear and I will release that master. So all the masters has to be released. So when you select it, press release, it's killed. So now this is what we're trying to achieve. So we're running this effect and we want to create out of this a speed master rather than intensity master. To do this, you have to triple click on your playback with the master. Then you go to the function, and in the function you can see the first says Q stack is intensity master. Double click and say no, we don't want to control intensity. Then you've got Q stack is a speed master. You select it, double click, say yes, or you select, press enter, and it's going to scroll through the options. Now this is the next one, is important part as well, is the group ID. At the moment that master will work on a group number 7. So what it means is you've created it, and later on you realize you actually need to control you want to control the speed not for the group 7. You can actually double click, you can type in, say, group number 2, and when you click it, it will actually change and will be controlling group number 2. So what it means is you can create a one playback, you can copy it, and all you have to do is just change the group numbers. So instead of like instead of creating for each group individual separate playback and doing exactly the same thing again and again, you can actually create for one, copy it, and all you have to do is just change the group number. Or you, here I could just type to enter and it will change, enter, and it changed to the right group. And the last important part here is the group attribute. So at the moment, this master will be controlling all the effects, like, let's say, intensity effect, position effect, etc. So what you need to do is, if you double click, you will see you have different options here. So what you do is, we need to control only position effect. So we'll click position. If you want to control separately pan, separately tilt, or intensity, you choose some of them. But we choose position. Now we can press close. And before we proceed, this is you have to activate one of the settings to make it work right. And some of you may already use this setting, some of you may not. So I will show you. So if you go to setup, if you go to the programmer, there is an option here. It says programmer overrides effect. What it means is, if you have an effect running, and if you want to say stop all your lights as they, like whatever they are, you will be able to select the lights, for example, press locate, and it would stop the whole thing. So by default, it says no. So what it means is, if you press locate, it's not going to stop. But if we double click and press it yes, now the programmer will be above any effect. So some consoles cannot do this. In our case, and many others can. But I'm just saying this is the globally recognized functionality. In some cases, it's just called stomp. In our case, we just says programmer override effect. Okay, so let's go with from there. So we will we'll apply master. We'll press yes, go, and now I can move my fader down. Apologies for the lags with the visualizer. It just sometimes slows down. Okay, so now I stopped it completely. So you can see the fixtures are, say, in a funky position that I would love to save as a palette. So what I do now is this. You can select your group. So normally, as you know, anything that you want to record as a palette has to be in a programmer, right? Right. So if we select the group and then we go to programmer, we'll see there's nothing in levels. So normal programmer is empty. You think, okay, it should be in effects. You go in effects, empty again. You'll be like, okay, right, there's nothing in the program. So if I save it, it's not going to save anything. Then if I'll say, okay, try to find how to actually capture all this data, how to take a snapshot of the look. And as soon as I say snapshot, you'll be like, right, okay, we have a snapshot button here. But the problem is, snapshot actually takes a snapshot of everything, including the effects, and with the full speed. So what it means is, if you press snapshot, it will ignore the fact that you actually stopped an effect, because it does not recognize the speed master, the group master. It will only recognize that there is an effect in the playback. So instead, if you hold the shift button, the snapshot turns into the active. So as soon as you press the button, and now you go to the levels, you will see everything is in the programmer. So everything you see now, the lights, the intensity, the gobo, prism, everything is in the programmer, as you can see here. But we don't want everything. So if you press close, and you just want to record a position palette, all you do is you press record, click position, done. So let's do another one. So press clear. And we let the lights travel more. Okay, and we're gonna stop them here. Sorry, we're gonna stop them right here. This is what I want to get as a second look. So now we learn how to capture with the active. So now I will show you that you actually don't need to go to the programmer window all the time. All you have to do to make it work, you have to always select a group. Then if you hold shift button, you will see how LTP locate turns into the active. Press it. Again, you can check. Yes, everything is in the programmer. You press record and click here. Done. Press clear. So now we select our group, release that, remove the switch off the playback. Now let's test our palettes. So press locate. This was our first position palette. Yeah, and this is our second position palette. There you go. This was the way to do it, and it's super simple. And again, important thing is, of course, create a speedmaster. Then important thing is to activate in the setup program overrides effect to be able to see it actually how it stops, etc. If you don't activate this, you will see the final result is going to be exactly the same correctly, but when you're going to press active, you will see the different values. So again, switch this one on, and then the active can be found in the group window and you also have to select the group before you will apply active. So select the group, then hold shift, and there's going to be an active. Click it and record. And you can do the same thing for anything else, for the dimmer, for anything else you do that can be recorded using the same method. That's all for today. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.